Hey everyone, so how are plant foods bad for us? This is a broad question and it depends on the individual. But historically and to this day, plants don't want to be eaten. But plants can't really run away from predators like animals can, and they protect themselves with these toxic chemicals and compounds. Now, I'm going to go through a couple of them today. But again, it depends on the individual. And for myself, I have no issues with plants. I used to have a big salad every day. I will say that I don't have them as often. And I can maybe post another video about things that I do eat now. But if you look at our predecessors, they used to eat plants, but more survival foods, right? And a lot of indigenous groups would prepare plant foods in a certain way to take out some of the perhaps chemicals or toxic anti-nutrients that are in them, such as like fermentation. So fermentation is a great way to take out a lot of these toxic chemicals, a couple of them that I'm going to talk about today. One of the most common anti-nutrients is what's called lectins. I don't know if you've heard of lectins, this sticky protein. That's a compound that's in there in plants, and it could cause inflammation, among many other things like IBS, and so on and so forth. So lectins are in a lot of different foods, such as, let's say, sunflower seeds, cashews, peanuts, legumes, grains, right? They're in a lot of different things, and some people are more sensitive to them than others, right? But what you want to do is also nightshade vegetables. There's lectins in nightshade vegetables. That would be like tomatoes, eggplants, what else? Cucumbers, potatoes. I'm not saying that you can't have these, and some people are more sensitive to lectins than others. It's good to be aware of these things. And one way to take lectins out is preparing them in like a pressure cooker, right? So if you pressure cook your food, it can take these lectins out of beans and legumes. I would not be eating raw beans and things like that, especially if you have a sensitive gut. So that's the first anti-nutrient that I'm going to talk about. There's more than two, but I'm just going to talk about two today. The second one is called oxalates. Okay, oxalates are very high in like spinach, rhubarb. They're also in chocolate. They're in beets, and so on and so forth. Now, oxalates are compounds that are found in plants and have been known to form kidney stones in individuals. So if this is you or someone you know, 75% of kidney stones are from calcium oxalates, okay? So oxalates is just another anti-nutrient that's within plants that you should just be aware of. If you're having issues, perhaps maybe even having eczema or some skin issues, this could be caused by oxalates. So also, some high oxalate foods that I mentioned, like spinach, also almonds, like I said before, chocolate, beets, even turmeric powder. So again, just be aware of these. Personally, I'm not very sensitive to these high oxalate foods, but I will say I don't every morning have a green smoothie with a ton of spinach in it, mainly because I'm aware that oxalates are in that food. Okay, so again, lectins and oxalates are a couple of anti-nutrients that are in plants, and some people are more sensitive to them than others. Just be aware. You want to know, like, how do these foods make me feel? Is it causing an outbreak, an autoimmune issue, and so on and so forth. So just be aware of that. Plants, there is a lot of nutrition in them. Some of it is bioavailable, but some of it is less. So just be aware that, plants don't want to be eaten, and for some people, it might be causing gut issues. So if you have any questions, feel free to post it below, comment, share, like the video, share it with someone that maybe might be affected and not be aware that plants could be causing some gut issues or autoimmune issues with them as well. So hope this helps. Have a great day and enjoy the beautiful weather.